Any alarming gap in my resume can be easily explained. Any alarming gap in my resume can be easily explained. Any alarming gap in my resume can be easily explained. You see, a couple years ago, in 2014 to be exact, my mother fell ill.
Cold day. This is historically cold, in fact. No really other way to say it. High today of just 12 below zero. Wind chills down to 50 below. Overnight tonight, it's going to be cold again with a low of 23 below zero. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Team at your funeral, piss in your grave, 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 piss in your grave. This one hit for the executives. Fuck you and all of your relatives. Piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave. Nigga behave, nigga behave.
Let's see. Rutgers University, class of 2013. Worked for the DOE for 2 years before moving on to a coveted position at the Illustrators Collective. That must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was a great place for artists and educators alike, and not to mention the students.
Talk to me, Joseph.
That's what I'm here for.
Look, if it was 2014, I'd hire you right now. I would do it so fast before you realized what you're leaving at the Illustrators Collective. I mean, it's a place I would liken to an Ivy League of arts education. Don't get me wrong, we are great, but compared to an Ivy League, we are more like one of those southern one-room schoolhouses. But it's 2020, and Illustrators Collective was 2014, so I am curious, where are the last 6 years on your resume?
I completely understand. It's not common to come across this in a resume, and that's why I want to thank you. Any alarming gap in my resume can be easily explained. You see, a few years ago, in 2014 to be exact, my mother, she fell really ill. Really ill.
New York City Police Department. I can hear you inside.
niggas can't be going to people's cribs.
For English, press. For English, press. For a collect call, press 0. Please enter your PIN number now. Please enter the area code and phone number you are calling now.
Hello? Uh-huh. What? I've been preparing this all evening. Dinner's gonna be cold by the time you get here. I have another call. Dinner's gonna be cold by the time you get here. I have another call. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Hello? Yes, I accept. Joseph Campbell? Joseph, what are you doing?
I'm drawing.
I see that. What are you drawing?
Nothing.
Relation to inmate?
He's my brother. You better not be drawing me.
Diana, no one wants to draw you, Diana.
Better not.
I'm not.
Joseph!
What?
Is the inmate a flight risk?
No, sir.
D, sit
me see
down,
the
D.
book.
What?
Let me see the book.
Sit down. No, I'm drawing you.
D, come on, come
Let me
on.
see the book.
Now, ma'am, if I have to go to Punta Cana, Mexico to come get this man, it's gonna come out of your pocket.
You did this?
Once again, is the inmate a flight risk?
No, sir.
Yo, D.
I thought you stopped keeping work at the crib. What the fuck, Joseph?
I did. I re-up late that night. Figured I would take the work to the crib and then back to the house in the morning, but I was fucking tired, yo. No, I don't think this lawyer has spent enough time going through my case.
He's busy. The best I could afford.
Oh, he's taking your money? I don't think he's gonna give me no good chance.
Stop talking.
I'm just saying.
You're talking nonsense. Listen. Look at it. Joseph, you know who you are, and you know you don't belong in prison. Okay? Please, let me understand this, because if you know this and you believe this, and you can walk in there with your head held high. You're acting like you're already inside, like you're guilty already. Okay, you gotta be more positive. So important. Please.
I know. I'll be positive, D. You smoking again, D?
Yes, Jay, I'm smoking again.
And at the end of the day, I'm happy I made that decision.
This wasn't supposed to happen. This was not
You gotta
supposed to
relax,
happen.
D. Nothing is or isn't supposed to happen. Look at me. I can carry this.
But you're my little brother. I knew what was happening. I knew I should have said something. You had a gig.
You couldn't have said shit. You couldn't have said anything. The gig was not working. I would have done what I had to do regardless of what you said.
But Illustrative Collective. It's a big fucking deal. It's a name.
Yeah, and the doorman at Google is still just a doorman.
What kind of foolishness is that?
You know, I taught classes here and there for an hour. But you know, everyone wants to work at IC. So they couldn't assign me any more classes. I couldn't use their studios for my work. So yeah, the Illustrators Collective, it's a name. But that name was not paying my rent, D.
You said you never wanted to teach again. Guess you got your wish.
D, I'm good, man. I'm good. How's Lisa?
Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, some normal shit for a change.
She wants to have a baby. But we're opening the conversation.
Wow. What do you want?
Not to have a baby.
Yo. See, I ain't the only trap nigga on. Damn, baby. What would you name the baby? And at the end of the day, I'm happy I made that decision. You know, time spent is something that we can never get back.
I want to make it clear that there's two kinds of experience. The experience that you can easily map out on a piece of paper with bullet points, and then there's a kind that's more difficult to chart. There's not enough room for it. I think that's what makes me suitable, is that I'm adaptable, I'm pragmatic, and I'll do whatever is necessary to survive. I mean, be successful. Here and anywhere that I've been.
The governor's marijuana legislation bill went into effect last month, but today sees the beginning of one of the bill's more controversial aspects. Today, New York State released 500 people that were formerly incarcerated for nonviolent marijuana-related crimes. Over the next month, 500 more will be released. Some will even have records expired.
And at the end of the day, I'm happy with my decision. You know, time spent is something we can never get back. But I'm ready to start fresh.
Well, Joseph, I am impressed with your dexterity and strength. You're a viable candidate. Here's what I'm prepared to do. There's no getting around the fact that you haven't worked in nonprofit education in almost 5 years. On top of that, each organization is different, has their own way of doing things. An ethos, so to say, is unfamiliar to you.
I wouldn't say it's wholly.
I would say otherwise. Look, like I said, you are a compelling candidate, and we are always looking for teaching artists. I can promise you, I'm gonna hold on to your portfolio. I'm gonna keep you in mind when we're looking for the next cycle. And listen, I keep my word. So when I say I'm gonna be in touch, I mean it. How does that sound?
Okay, I need the portfolio.
Okay.
They're expensive to print.
I'll go ahead and hold on to your resume.